In this lab exercise, we're going to go and add a computed field to your report. So in this exercise, we're going to add two drawables to your report. We're going to add a decimal format box to hold the computed total for each line item, and we'll add a word box to serve as the column header. Now, you could have computed the item total in the BDL report and had it sent across with the other data, and in fact, that is the preferred method. However, I wanted to give you an example and give you a chance to see how you can compute the value of an item based on other form fields within a report design document. For this first formatting exercise, we're going to go ahead and add a computed field to a report. Now, the computed field that we're going to add is an item total for each item line. If I open up my order list report, recall that we gave a quantity and we gave a price, but we never gave an item line total for that line. So in order to add this, we're going to first go out there and we're going to go and find my on every row, there's my table row. Now at the end of this table row, I'm going to have to add a new field in order to capture that item total value. And the field we're going to add is a drawable, and since it's numeric, we're going to add a decimal format box. So holding down my control key, I'm going to drag and drop my decimal format box, and I'm going to let it snap to the end of that row. Now you'll notice because we didn't have enough space, it actually snapped it and it put it down one level. And that's fine for now. We'll deal with formatting and getting it to fit all in one row in a later exercise. Now that we've placed the field there, we can go ahead and format by assigning some properties. So I go to my Properties tab. I want to give it a better name than Decimal Format Box 9. So instead, we're going to call it the item total. And since it's going to be holding a value, I'm going to use the keyword value. Down underneath my value itself, the value property, I need to go and I need to enter in a new expression. And the expression, this is going to be quantity times price. So it's data.items.quantity. And then if you want to use the code completion editor, remember to hit Control spacebar. So I want that times data.items.price. I can see that my expression is okay, so I click OK, and now I have a valid expression in there. The last thing I'll probably want to do is identify how wide I want it to be. So I want to set its X size. Now this X size, I want it to do two things. I want it to either be the maximum size of the column header I'm going to provide, or I want it to be the maximum size of any number that can fit into this field. Now I can type this all in. What I'm going to do actually is go to my report structure, and I'm going to steal what's already been provided for my data item price. If I go and look inside my X size and let me open this up, so it's saying it's either the max of the width of the price column header, translated if we use localization, or the width of the largest value. I could type this all in, but let me just copy it. I'm going to go back now and find my item total, go back to my properties, and I'm going to paste it in. However, the column title is not going to be price, it's going to be item total. Still a valid expression. Let me click OK, and I've now formatted what I need to format for that item total in my report. So I've added the column value. Now inside of my table header stripe, I want to do the same thing, except I want to provide a column title or a column header title. So I go to my toolbox. This time I'm going to add a word box. In that word box, I can go to Properties, and instead of saying word box 19, it's going to say item total. That's the name of my column header. For the X size, again, I want it to be the same thing as I had for the column value underneath. So it's either going to be the maximum of the width of item total, and then translated if you're localizing, or it's going to be the width of the number that can possibly fit in. Down underneath the text, instead of saying insert your text here, I want it to say item total. And then my text alignment, I'm going to right align it so it aligns with the data. I've provided now a new column header, and I've provided a new column value on my list report. They do wrap around, and we're going to handle that in the next set of lab exercises, but for now, let me go ahead and save it, go to my project, and execute my report. The report is executed, and as you can see, it's provided my new column header item total, and for each line item that it prints out, it's calculated and published or printed that item total.